Something dangerous is building in Genoa City, and by the time this day is over, lives may never be the same again. Friday's episode of The Young and the Restless opens with tension rising from every direction. Secrets are getting harder to hide. Emotions are reaching the breaking point. And while some characters are fighting for love and family, others are falling deeper into chaos. At the center of it all is Nick Newman. For weeks, there have been warning signs that Nick was struggling more than anyone realized. He tried to stay in control. He tried to convince the people around him that everything was fine. But now the truth is impossible to ignore. Nick is in serious trouble. As the episode begins, Nick slips away quietly, making sure no one notices where he's going. He doesn't want questions. He doesn't want interference. Most of all, he doesn't want anyone stopping him. Because Nick is on a mission. His addiction has tightened its grip, and the cravings are stronger than ever. He's desperate, anxious, and clearly not thinking rationally anymore. Whatever progress he once made now feels like a distant memory. This time, Nick isn't looking for help. He's looking for pills. In a tense and risky moment, Nick seeks out a dangerous connection, a dealer who can supply what he needs. The meeting is secretive, uncomfortable, and filled with danger. Nick knows exactly how bad this decision is, but addiction is speaking louder than reason. And sadly, reason is losing. The look on Nick's face says everything. He knows he's crossing a line. He knows this could destroy everything he's worked for. But right now, the need for another fix is stronger than fear. Once again, addiction wins. Back at Newman territory, another battle is unfolding. Phyllis Summers believes she has found the perfect way to turn the tables. She has Matt Clark hidden away in a private GCAC suite, and now she wants to use him as leverage. Phyllis thinks she holds all the power. Her message to Victor Newman is clear: if he wants Matt back, then she wants every charge against her dropped immediately. But dealing with Victor Newman is never simple. Victor listens carefully, but he isn't a man who gives in to threats. Especially not from Phyllis. If she expects him to panic, she clearly doesn't know him as well as she thinks. Victor wants more than Matt returns safely. He wants total control. Sources suggest Victor may demand something much bigger in return: the restoration of everything tied to Newman power and influence. To Victor, this isn't just a negotiation. It's war. Phyllis may believe she's cornered him, but Victor has spent a lifetime escaping traps set by smarter people than her. And if there's one thing Victor never tolerates, it's blackmail. So now the real question becomes: did Phyllis just make the biggest mistake of her life? Because if Victor refuses the deal, he still has options. His security team is already working behind the scenes, tracking movements, gathering information, and searching for Matt. Victor may decide he doesn't need Phyllis at all. And if that happens, Phyllis could lose everything. But there's another problem no one can control: Matt Clark himself. Even if a deal is reached, there's no guarantee Matt will stay where he's supposed to. He's unpredictable, unstable, and capable of ruining everything with one impulsive move. Phyllis thinks she has secured her advantage. But what if Matt disappears? What if he escapes? What if he exposes her first? Suddenly, the leverage she counted on could turn into a disaster. Meanwhile, Nick's downward spiral continues. After securing more pills, Nick looks shaken. There's no victory in his eyes. No relief. Only emptiness. Deep down, he knows what this means. He is no longer managing the addiction. The addiction is managing him. And the longer he hides it, the more dangerous things become, not only for himself, but for everyone who loves him. What happens when Victor finds out? What happens when Nikki learns her son is slipping away again? And what happens if Nick's next mistake can't be undone? Friday's episode sets the stage for heartbreak, confrontation, and consequences that may hit harder than anyone expects. Nick is losing control. Phyllis is gambling with fire. Victor is preparing to strike. And this is only the beginning. Because before the day ends, another emotional twist is coming from New York, where unexpected connections begin to form, and old feelings may be changing everything. That story is coming next. So if you thought Genoa City was already intense, just wait. Because the storm has only started. While chaos grows in Genoa City, a very different kind of tension is unfolding hundreds of miles away in New York. Far from the battles, betrayals, and dangerous secrets back home, Claire Newman and Holden Novak arrive at their hotel carrying emotional weight of their own. They may be away from Genoa City, but they are not escaping the drama. Because this trip means everything. Their visit to New York is centered around an important and deeply personal reason: Malcolm Winter's upcoming medical procedure. The situation is serious enough to bring family together, and uncertain enough to keep everyone on edge. No one knows exactly what happens next. But everyone hopes for the best. As the episode begins, Claire and Holden prepare for an emotional meeting with Dr. Stephanie Simmons, the physician overseeing Malcolm's care. The atmosphere is tense, professional, and filled with concern. This is no ordinary consultation. Lives, futures, and family bonds are hanging in the balance. Dr. Simmons delivers updates about the procedure and what Malcolm may be facing in the hours ahead. While she remains calm and confident, the seriousness of the moment is impossible to ignore. Claire listens carefully, trying to stay strong. Holden, meanwhile, struggles with emotions he didn't expect. Because although he doesn't know Malcolm well, something about this moment affects him deeply. Maybe it's the idea of family. Maybe it's regret over lost time. Or maybe it's the realization that life can change without warning. Whatever the reason, Holden begins seeing things differently. For the first time, he openly admits he hopes this procedure goes well, not just for Malcolm's health, but for a chance to build a real connection afterward. That statement surprises Claire. She sees sincerity in Holden that many people never noticed before. Underneath the confidence and charm is someone who may truly want something meaningful. And suddenly, their dynamic begins to shift. After the hospital meeting, Claire and Holden return to their hotel suite. The city outside is loud and fast-moving, but inside the room, everything becomes quiet. And personal. With no distractions and no family pressure around them, they finally have space to talk honestly. The conversation starts with concern for Malcolm, but slowly moves into something more emotional. They talk about fear. They talk about family. They talk about second chances. And the more they open up, the closer they become. Claire has been carrying emotional stress for a long time. She has tried to stay composed, responsible, and focused on everyone else's needs. But in this private moment, she lets some of that wall come down. Holden notices. He sees vulnerability, strength, and loneliness all at once. And instead of joking or avoiding it, he meets her with unexpected maturity. That changes everything. The chemistry between them becomes impossible to ignore. A glance lasts too long. A pause says more than words. The distance between them feels smaller with every passing second. Could this trip create something neither of them expected? It certainly looks possible. But with romance in Genoa City, nothing ever comes easy. Because Claire's heart may be opening, just as bigger complications are waiting back home. Still, for now, she allows herself to enjoy the moment. Holden does too. There's comfort in being understood by someone standing right beside you during uncertain times. And in New York, surrounded by pressure and fear, they may have found that comfort in each other. Yet not everyone would approve. How would Victor react if Claire became emotionally involved with Holden? Would Nikki support it? Would old family tensions destroy it before it even begins? Those questions remain unanswered. But what is clear is that something real is forming. At the same time, Holden may be changing in ways no one predicted. For someone often seen as smooth and guarded, he now seems genuine, caring, and surprisingly grounded. Claire notices the difference. And once trust begins growing, feelings are never far behind. As night approaches, the hotel suite becomes more than just a place to stay. It becomes the setting for a possible turning point. One conversation. One emotional connection. One moment that could lead to something much bigger. But while New York offers warmth and hope, Genoa City is preparing another surprise entirely. Because back home, Lily Winters is about to make a shocking decision involving Kane Ashby, one that no one saw coming. And when Kane hears what Lily has to say, it may change the future of their relationship forever. So while Claire and Holden grow closer in New York, old flames may be reigniting elsewhere. And the drama is far from over. Back in Genoa City, while secrets explode and relationships shift across the country, another emotional story is about to take center stage. And this one involves two people with a complicated history no one can forget. Lily Winters and Kane Ashby. For years, their relationship has been filled with love, heartbreak, misunderstandings, and unfinished feelings. They shared a powerful connection once, the kind that doesn't disappear easily. But time, pain, and distance changed everything. Or at least that's what they believed. Now, on Friday's episode of The Young and the Restless, the past suddenly feels closer than ever. As the day begins, Kane is caught off guard when Lily makes an unexpected appearance. He assumed she would already be in New York dealing with Malcolm's medical situation. He never imagined she would still be here. But Lily has her own reason for staying behind. And it's him. Kane is surprised, even skeptical at first. Why would Lily delay an important trip unless something truly mattered? The answer becomes clear quickly. Lily didn't want to leave until she knew Kane's upcoming surgery was handled properly. Despite everything that happened between them, despite the distance and emotional scars, she still cares deeply about his well-being. That realization hits Kane hard. For a man who often hides emotion behind confidence and pride, Lily's concern reaches him in a place few people can. It reminds him that their bond was never fully broken. It was only buried. The two begin talking, and what starts as a practical conversation soon becomes something much more personal. There's tension. There's warmth. There's history in every glance. Kane admits he truly thought Lily would be gone by now. Maybe part of him expected she had moved on completely. Maybe he told himself she no longer cared. But Lily being there proves otherwise. And that changes the atmosphere instantly. Lily explains that some things are more important than schedules and flights. She wanted to make sure he was okay. She wanted to see him before everything moved forward. Those words carry more meaning than she may realize. Because for Kane, hearing Lily choose him even for one moment awakens feelings he never let go of. He looks at her differently now. Not as an ex. Not as someone from the past. But as the woman who may still matter more than anyone else. As the conversation deepens, both begin reflecting on what they lost. There were mistakes on both sides. Miscommunication. Pride. Timing. Too many wounds left untreated. Yet underneath all of it, love may still remain. Lily, usually guarded and strong, shows softness that Kane hasn't seen in a long time. She lets down the walls just enough for him to notice. And Kane notices everything. Then comes the moment no one expected. As emotions rise and words become harder to say, Lily moves closer and gives Kane a kiss. Not a casual gesture. Not a meaningless goodbye. A real kiss filled with gratitude, emotion, and unresolved passion. Kane is stunned. For a second, he can barely react. After all the distance between them, after everything they survived, Lily has just reminded him that the connection is still alive. And perhaps stronger than ever. The kiss changes the energy completely. Now the question is no longer whether feelings exist. The question is what happens next. Does Lily truly want a fresh start? Was this only an emotional moment caused by stress? Or is she finally ready to admit Kane still holds a place in her heart? Kane certainly hopes so. For him, this may be the sign he has waited years to receive. Proof that the door is not fully closed. Proof that healing is possible. But Genoa City relationships are never simple. Even if Lily and Kane want another chance, there will be obstacles. Old wounds do not disappear overnight. Trust takes time. And outside forces always seem ready to interfere. Still, for now, hope has returned. And sometimes hope is enough to change everything. As Lily prepares to finally leave for New York, Kane is left standing there with new emotion in his heart. What began as an ordinary day has become something life-changing. He may be facing surgery soon. But emotionally, he just got a second chance to dream again. Meanwhile, across town, another crisis is growing darker by the minute. Nick Newman's addiction is spinning out of control, and the people closest to him may be about to discover the truth. When they do, the fallout could shake the Newman family to its core. Because while love may be reawakening for Lily and Kane, a nightmare is just beginning for Nick. While hope begins to rise for Lily and Kane, a much darker story is unfolding elsewhere in Genoa City. And this one may leave permanent damage. Nick Newman has always been seen as one of the stronger members of the Newman family. He has survived heartbreak, family wars, business battles, and emotional losses that would break most people. Time after time, Nick found a way to keep moving. But addiction changes everything. It doesn't care how strong someone is. It doesn't care how much family support they have. And it certainly doesn't care about the Newman name. By the middle of Friday's episode, Nick's situation becomes more dangerous than ever. After secretly meeting with a dealer and getting more pills, he returns looking like a man caught between panic and emptiness. He has what he wanted. But it brings no peace. Only shame. Only fear. Only the crushing reality that he is slipping further away from himself. Nick tries to act normal. He tries to keep his face calm, his voice steady, and his movements controlled. But addiction leaves signs behind, and the people who know him best are beginning to notice. Especially Nikki Newman. A mother always senses when something is wrong with her child, no matter how old that child becomes. Nikki has seen pain in Nick before, but this feels different. There is a distance in his eyes, a heaviness in his energy, something deeply troubling he cannot hide much longer. She asks questions. Nick avoids them. She pushes gently. He becomes defensive. That alone tells Nikki everything she needs to know. Because when Nick is healthy, he faces problems head-on. When he is hiding something, he shuts people out. And right now, he is shutting everyone out. Nikki is left shaken. She may not know every detail yet, but instinct tells her something serious is happening. The fear in her grows quickly. Could Nick be using again? Could he be in real danger? Could she lose her son to a battle no one can fight for him? Meanwhile, Victor Newman is occupied with the PHYLLIS and Matt Clark situation, but once he learns Nick may be spiraling, everything could change. Victor is many things: ruthless, powerful, relentless. But when it comes to his family, especially his children, he becomes even more dangerous. If Victor discovers a drug dealer has access to Nick, there is no telling how far he might go to eliminate the threat. And if he believes someone enabled Nick's relapse, war could begin immediately. Nick, however, is in no condition to think about consequences. He isolates himself, convincing himself he can fix the problem privately. That he only needs one more pill. One more day. One more chance to get control back. But addiction thrives on those lies. Every promise becomes another trap. Every secret becomes heavier. Every dose brings the next disaster closer. There is also the emotional cost. Nick has people who love him, family members who would stand beside him if he asked. But shame often convinces people they must suffer alone. That is where Nick is now. Trapped between needing help and refusing to reach for it. And the longer this continues, the more heartbreaking the outcome may be. Could he overdose? Could he collapse before anyone realizes what is happening? Could he destroy relationships that may never recover? All of those dangers now feel possible. At the same time, PHYLLIS is still making risky moves with Matt Clark, unaware that another Newman crisis may soon overshadow everything. If Nick's addiction explodes publicly, even Victor's focus could shift overnight. Which means PHYLLIS may lose leverage before she can use it. Once again, every storyline in Genoa City is colliding. By the end of the episode, Nick is left alone with the pills that now control him. The room is silent, but his mind is not. Regret, fear, desperation, and denial all battle inside him. And in that silence, viewers can feel one terrifying truth. Nick is closer to rock bottom than ever before. But sometimes rock bottom is where change begins. Will someone intervene in time? Will Nikki confront him directly? Will Victor force him into treatment? Or will Nick make one final mistake before help arrives? Those answers may come soon. Because Friday's episode is not just about addiction. It's about family, denial, and whether love can reach someone who no longer believes they deserve saving. And as the Newman family stands on the edge of another crisis, one final twist is still coming. Because Phyllis Summers' dangerous gamble with Matt Clark is about to face consequences no one expected. As Friday's episode of The Young and the Restless moves toward its final moments, every major storyline begins crashing together. Love is uncertain. Secrets are unraveling. And one reckless gamble may be about to destroy everything. At the center of the final twist is Phyllis Summers. Few people in Genoa City know how to survive chaos better than Phyllis. She has built her life on instinct, bold risks, and refusing to back down when others would surrender. Time after time, she has managed to turn disaster into opportunity. But this time may be different. Because this time, she may be overplaying her hand. With Matt Clark hidden inside a private GCSE suite, Phyllis believes she controls the board. She thinks Victor Newman has no choice but to negotiate. In her mind, she finally has the leverage needed to erase every charge hanging over her head. She wants freedom. She wants power back. She wants Victor to admit defeat. But Victor Newman does not lose easily. As the pressure builds, Victor quietly continues using his own resources behind the scenes. Security teams are searching. Information is moving fast. Every hallway, every staff member, every unusual detail may already be under review. Victor does not need to shout when he can strike silently. And Phyllis may be underestimating just how close he already is to the truth. Still, Phyllis pushes forward. She convinces herself that Matt is the perfect bargaining chip. If Victor refuses her demands, she assumes she can keep control a little longer. That confidence may be her downfall. Because Matt Clark is not a suitcase to be stored and retrieved. He is unstable, unpredictable, and capable of making a dangerous move without warning. Inside the suite, tension grows. Matt hates being contained. He hates being managed. And the longer he feels trapped, the more explosive the situation becomes. Phyllis thinks she is protecting her advantage. But she may be creating a time bomb. If Matt escapes, everything changes. If he lashes out, everything changes. If Victor's team reaches him first, Phyllis loses instantly. And if Matt decides Phyllis used him, she could become his next target. Suddenly, the woman who believed she had all the control may be the least safe person in the room. Meanwhile, across Genoa City, the Newman family faces another crisis as Nick's addiction worsens. If Victor learns both stories at once, Phyllis manipulating Matt while Nick is falling apart, his reaction could be devastating. Because when Victor feels his family is under attack, mercy disappears. That means Phyllis may soon face consequences far beyond legal trouble. She could lose allies. She could lose protection. She could make an enemy she cannot outsmart. At the same time, emotional hope rises elsewhere. Lily and Kane may be reconnecting. Claire and Holden may be growing closer in New York. For some characters, Friday brings second chances. For Phyllis, it may bring collapse. As the final scenes approach, viewers are left with pure suspense. Will Victor storm in and end the standoff? Will Matt vanish before anyone can stop him? Will Phyllis beg for help after pushing too far? Or will she somehow pull off the impossible one more time? That uncertainty makes the ending powerful. Because no one in Genoa City is standing on stable ground anymore. Nick is losing himself. Victor is preparing to strike. Phyllis is gambling with fire. Claire may be opening her heart. Lily and Kane may be finding their way back to each other. And every one of those stories is about to grow even bigger. Friday's episode doesn't just deliver drama, it sets the stage for the next emotional explosion. The consequences of Nick's relapse could shake the Newman family for weeks. The future of Lily and Kane could finally change direction. Claire and Holden may discover feelings neither expected. And Phyllis's desperate plan may become the spark that ignites everything else. So if you thought this chapter was intense, just wait for what comes next. Because in Genoa City, peace never lasts. Every secret has a price. Every choice creates fallout. And every victory can become a disaster overnight. Stay tuned, because the next episode may bring heartbreak, revenge, shocking confrontations, and one decision that changes everything forever.